Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, the Fuzz is here. So the Asperia Cup is now done. It was a very interesting experience. First of all, congratulations to our winners. Sanelian took first in a great battle with Raijan. Not surprising, both of those guys are top class players. But what I want to talk about today is general my thoughts on the Asperia Cup, our format. I'm going to show you guys the decks I used and also all of the games I played, except for one that I accidentally didn't record. And maybe we can come up with some suggestions for future tournaments to make them a little bit better. So first up, our format was Conquest with Ban. For those of you guys not familiar, this means that you bring 3 different decks. In this case, we had to pick 3 different heroes. You could pick a basic and advanced of the same type, but just not 2 basics or 2 advanced of the same type. So you bring 3 heroes, and then you and your opponent choose one that you don't use, and then the remaining 2-on-2 is a best of 3. Now, as far as that goes, the whole banning thing didn't really seem to accomplish very much. I think this is because certain heroes like Darius can basically run anything. They could even switch on a whim between an aggressive deck and a controlling deck. And so sometimes when your opponent bans, let's say, your favorite of the 3 decks, then you don't get to show it. I think the whole banning thing was just unnecessary, so maybe let's not do that. And secondly, the way Conquest works, I didn't find it too appealing. Normally, the best of 3 is how you do the card game tournaments anyways, to allow players to side, and also if you get unlucky the first round, you can try again. But here, because you had different decks each time, if your opponent had an aggressive deck and a controlling deck, you play the aggressive deck, you get unlucky, you get rushed down and you lose, you don't get a chance to play it again. You have to try against the other deck. And also here, you had to create 3 decks, and each of those decks had to be able to score, win against anything that might be out there. I think we should just allow players to play whatever they want. The whole restricting, banning, and all that didn't seem very helpful. So that would be my suggestion for that. So now I'm gonna talk about my 3 decks, the ones I brought. Also, somebody in the forums wanted to know about the other decks that were used. I only saw a few. The decks that I saw played by Raijan, Sanelian, and some of the other guys were mostly control. All of the epic battles were basically control versus control. Despina, actually basic Despina made an appearance, which was very interesting. And that was the Burning Rage deck. That includes things like Burning Rage, and then you have various ways to gain lots of life. You use Burning Rage to ramp up to a lot of rage levels so that your Word of Fire can basically kill anything you want while drawing you a bunch of cards. So the interesting shift that I noticed just by looking at those games is that many of them were decided not by killing your opponent, but by getting to 40 life instead. Just by having vampirisms out and just hitting your opponent's face. So that's a very interesting development. I'll cover that more in a different video. But anyways, the decks I used, the basic Nepharos, this is kind of like the Corruption Order Soldier deck, but with a lot less soldiers. You've got the Cavalry Field Captain and the Vanguard, but I have Rotting Remains, Mesmerizing Spirit, Flesh Sculptor, and Infected Survivor as my other creatures. The whole soldier theme is more replaced with the idea of just having everything cost 2 or less, so that Instill Life is basically like a double reanimate. And Instill Life was in fact the strongest card of my deck. And then being able to bring back these guys for extra power boost, or these guys for discards, worked quite nicely. Flesh Sculptor was there to sort of secure the board. If you have a few of these out, you're basically immune to Cataclysm, unless your opponent has 2 Cataclysms. And I threw in Sanctum of the Void for Spice. It turned out to be quite useful. This deck was quite a lot of fun. It won quite a few games, but it also lost some games, obviously. I'm gonna let you guys know right now I did very poorly, but you'll get to see that up close in detail pretty soon. Despina. Now, this is not a control deck. This is kind of like the deck I used in the original tournament. The very first one. I forgot what it was called. But the idea here is you've got aristocrats, you've got charged Orites, and assassins as your early game, and then you drop down a contraptionist and bring down an overcharger for big damage and a lot of pressure. Force Mage Protector is just a solid card. Overall, whether you're playing aggressive deck or control deck, the extra shield is really nice. Other things I had, Temptress of Deceit. It turns out that if you put Overcharger on her, she's quite threatening because she has Unstoppable, so she's almost always going to do the damage. And it's an easy way to look at your opponent's hand and actually discard cards. Although, sadly, I didn't get a chance to play her very much. What a shame. Helm of Dominion, it's kind of like just handling the bigger threats. And Bloodwall Matriarch, same thing. Throw her out, steal an opponent's Fireball or whatever. I mean, these are kind of interchangeable, but I just wanted to use these. And Cathedral of the Night, because why wouldn't you run this, right? It's ridiculous. And I also decided to borrow Clone's Angel deck. Although I slightly modified it. I didn't run Order of... No, what was it called? Ray of Righteousness, that's right. And instead threw in one of these. And never actually got to draw into it. This deck, again, didn't play very many games. But the idea behind Angelic Song is often you're just holding off the attack while you're building up your board of angels. And Angelic Song, you know, helps you hold off quite well. I imagine that the lack of Ray of Righteousness will hurt a little bit against, you know, big creatures like your opponent's Antriel. Well, you couldn't target her anyways, but like a Karthus or something that you... Because this deck's main issue is just no direct removal. You're kind of building up this impenetrable wall, and then you've got Triangelica to secure the win, or just win via life gain. Those are the three decks, and let's jump into some games. There are only three that I have. The first game I forgot to record. I thought I was recording. I didn't. That was my bad. But luckily, I mean, unluckily, whatever, the games were extremely short. My opponent had two aggressive decks, and in the first game he just drew really well, and I didn't. And when that happens against aggressive decks, you lose. And in the second game, I made a very big misplay that resulted in my board getting cleared, and then I could never make a comeback. Also, a few missed hero powers from Alexa. So without further ado, let's jump into the games. Well, here's my first game against Rutan. Okay, so yeah, he banned my Despina, I believe. So here comes the soldiers. We'll see how this one goes. These are pre-recorded. While I was playing these games, I was watching the stream as well, and I didn't want that in the background. So he opens with heavy infantry. So this was a little bit of a surprise. I thought he would play the typical angel deck that I had, but he played something a little different. It seemed to be like a crossbreed. Like here, no, he doesn't have it yet. I believe he plays Cavalry Field Captain after this. So that was a bit of a surprise. I guess the heavy infantry are there to sort of secure the board, because with those and a captain, that's a 3/4 with 2 speed. That's pretty hard to beat. So I'm looking for a white shrine so I can play my Vanguard here. And of course I trade with one of the infantry. Might as well get it off the board. I was planning to kill the other one next turn, but I'm going to be interrupted by reinforcements. Here is that Cavalry Field Captain, and now he gets to kill it. So, pretty nice play. Took me a little bit by surprise. Let's see what happens next. Another Vanguard. Alright. We got Soul Prison. Yeah, we're going to kill that. That's a bit dangerous. Vanguard should be played. Yeah, there it is. Try to retake the board. I'm a little bit behind on cards here due to the free kill he got with the captain. Here I didn't defend. I thought he had the Touch of Light card. That's why I didn't want to risk losing my other guy. He plays Spell Warden. So you see, it has elements of the Angel deck that Clone uses. He takes my Consume Spirit, which kind of sucks. And we're going to play some discard on him. There is discard number 1. Angel Blessed Knight. Okay, pretty cool. Discard number 2. What do we get? A Master Tactician. So it seems to be like a hybrid between the soldiers and the angels. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, here again I'm avoiding attacking the heavy infantry out of fear of Touch of Light. So this game's going slightly worse for me again. He's got card advantage. If he gets one big angel on the board, I could just lose right away. I do have Soul Prison, but Soul Prison is not going to take care of everything because he still has a board. Oh, there is the big angel. Luckily, it's not the most dangerous of the bunch. It's just the... Well, it's the least dangerous of the bunch, but it's still something. I don't have any immediate way to kill it. Going for a shrine, and we get a white one. Probably what I'm looking for right now is what I was looking for is a black one, so I could use Soul Prison. But here I'm just going to wait a little bit, because I can't get through his board with that angel up there. But the Flesh Sculptor helps a little, because if the angel attacks, I can probably trade off and get a bunch of zombies on the board. He goes for a third aspect. Probably he's got the Guardian. I don't remember how this game went exactly, but we can probably assume that it was good. Oh, he's looking. He's looking for an angel. He misses, thankfully. I never saw an Antriel out of him, so I don't know if he ran that. Presumably not, if he's running all the soldier stuff. If he got an Antriel, that would have been bad. So here I block with my 3-speed guy, because I want the extra zombies. Oh yeah, I was going to double block, but again, if he has Touch of Light, I would be completely screwed. I would lose both my creatures for free. So I'll just let it hit me. Oh yeah, he put a Might counter on it. He's got the Soldier Memorial Hero Power. So that's going to be a little bit of an issue, because he'll be able to basically give his stuff free buffs. I'm looking for that Black Shrine. Here it is. So I can use Soul Prison, but it's going to be hard to get at the Angel, because he's got 3 other creatures blocking it. But we'll use it anyways. See what do we get off. He gives me the Spell Warden. So now I could attack. I believe I do. Yeah, we can attack with 2 because even if he has Touch of Light, we still kill it. And the same thing with the infantry. Even if he touches of light something, we'll still get his creatures off the board, and we get a bunch of zombies in the process. So we maintain board presence. There is the Touch of Light. So yeah, I'm gonna get 3 zombies here, and I get his stuff off the board. Only 2? Oh, yeah, right. One of them was summoned, so you don't get a zombie off of that. Now he goes for the power again. Misses. Which is, again, pretty lucky. Dealing with a Guardian of the Faithful will be pretty rough here. Let's see what he does here. And we got another heavy infantry. That's really not a problem, because my zombies can catch up to it. At this point, the game's going to come down to whether or not he can get another really, really big threat. If he can probably win. Otherwise, he might get overrun. But his Angel is giving me trouble right now. Oh, there's Instill Life. That's huge. That basically lets me bring back any 2 things. And he has no cards, so we're not going to go for the Mesmerizing Spirits. We're just going to go for more bodies. And that's, again, more zombies with Flesh Sculptor. We're going to kill off his dude and start hitting face. So at this point, I don't even care about his Angel anymore, because I have enough bodies on the board to just rush him down. No problem. Namir's Blessing. Interesting. Well, I actually don't have any way to get at it anyways. If I was gonna kill it, I would do it via Infernal Tribute anyways, but I don't run that in this deck. Oh! Santa giving me a message? Thanks, Santa. Alright, let's see what the action is at. We got a... Yeah, he put a counter on the Angel, so it's a 5-5 now. I'm just passing turn. Wait, did I just pass turn? No. It's his turn. Right, why would I pass turn? I have a big board. But again, the 5-5 Angel is very hard to kill. I'm probably waiting for another Soul Prison, so I can get something else off the board. Oh, he gets an Angel this time. So he's got another Protector of the Innocent. This is going to be a bit of an issue to get through. And there's another Might counter. So now it's an even bigger dude. Okay. There is an attack. But we got the Survivor to block if we need to. It's not a problem. There it goes. We're gonna get 2 more zombies off of that. Actually, 3. 3 because the zombie survivor itself spawns 1. Oh, Consume Spirit. Just the card we needed. So yeah, we're gonna hit him with Soul Prism to get something off the board. Probably the Vanguard, yep. And now I can all-out swing, because if he blocks a zombie, I can kill the angel. And with just 1 angel, he cannot hold. There's the blocker. I actually thought for a moment he might have a Touch of Light. But I guess he's not anticipating me having a Consume Spirit. Hitting face. He's down to 7 here. We got another zombie. Yep. There's only a Guardian of the Faithful. I keep calling it Guardian of the Faithless. I don't know why. Why would she be guarding the Faithless, right? This is a Master Tactician with a power boost. But it looks like I can break through because I've got 12. And he can only block 2. So 8 is going to come through unless he has a Touch of Light for another life gain. Nope, he resigns. Okay. Alright, so here is round number 2 against Wairutan. I'll be playing my Angel deck now, and he switched over to his Advanced Darius. He also had a Basic Darius, I banned that. Let's see what happens in this one. Advanced Darius is not really a hero you see a lot these days. It just doesn't have a place yet. It's pretty decent in Trials though. So here I had the chance to use the Spark to get the 2/2 Lifebound on the board. But I want to do that for my Angel Blessed Knight instead to ramp quickly. He gets the Vultures on the board. He did mill an Angel, so he can bump it up a little bit. So yeah, here we're gonna just get the Knight, so we can ramp to the Guardian of the Faithful right away next turn. But we need a Shrine first. There it is. I put it on the support line. Maybe it was not necessary, but if he had Consume Spirit, he could kill it with his Vultures. I mean the Plague Vermin, and I don't want to lose it right now. If I had lost it, my momentum would be just slowed down to a crawl. He can't really do a whole lot of damage because there's only 1 creature in the graveyard, so he can bump it up to 2 damage, but that's about it. That's not a big deal. Although I am going to want to get something on the board. But the Guardian is coming up right away. Or no, not next turn, I mean. Okay, so I played Spellwarden. So you see, not very many spells. Picking the Noxious is an obvious choice because it turns out he doesn't have Consume. So I was worried for nothing. And with Noxious gone, his only spells remaining were the New Horizons and Tribute. But New Horizons I don't really care about. So I've basically taken away his main means of removal right now. There's another Black Shrine. So I'm not really sure what he's playing. I'm guessing he's gonna go up to 4 aspects eventually. Actually, he does go up to 4 aspects later in the game. But he never ends up playing anything like really big. Well, I mean, like 4 aspect big. There's that Bedeviled Fiend, but that's not too big of a deal. Alrighty. It's time for the Guardian. The Guardian should do a nice job holding off, although at the moment it's looking to just trade with the Demon, which is not too great. But next turn I can play another Angel Blessed Knight, followed by a Relic Guard, and then it's going to be straight into Antriel. There's the Demon. I decided not to trade off yet, because I wanted to keep my Angel to kill his Plague Vermin. And 5 damage kind of hurts, but I don't think he has any way to burst. With black and blue, there isn't really any way he can just put down a really fast creature. Now, one thing he is building towards, as you see right now, is his own hero power, Lightning Storm, which will stun me next turn. However, the Guardian of the Faithful can be used even though your whole board is stunned. So next turn I'll probably have to sacrifice it because I won't be able to block anything. And if I allow another 5 damage to come through, I might just lose. So there's the Angel Blessed Knight and the Relic Guard. I probably didn't need to put it on the support line, to be perfectly honest, because I've got 2 Relic Guards. But I did anyways. I guess I really wanted my 4 aspects. But they aren't in any danger. Okay, so he uses the Plague Vermin on the Spell Warden. I thought he was setting up a Flash Freeze, but actually, as we just saw, he does not have Flash Freeze in his deck. So maybe he just did it just to do it. So here he's going to Lightning Storm, I believe, to try to get some damage in and effectively force me to use my Angel. Because otherwise I could just block with the Relic Guard and his damage won't be coming through. I already have Tri-Angelica, so I just need a few more Angels. So there's the attack. But wait. Nah, he's not gonna do it. He's gonna storm my board first. So now I have to sack my Angel. He makes the right call. He only attacks with the 1 creature, so he only loses the demon. He keeps his vultures. But the vulture isn't as big of an issue because I do have a lot of blockers. So now I get to play Antriel. We're gonna send for another shrine. So with Antriel on the board, I'm in pretty good shape, even though all my stuff is exhausted. Because I just need to hit her with her once, and I will have enough life to not have to worry about any burst damage. And I can block his vultures next turn as well with one of my Relic Guards. So there's a Library Guard. So he's got some draw in his deck. So it seems to be something he just created on his own. Definitely not a net deck of any kind. That's something I gotta respect. Okay, I take his Tribute here because obviously that's his other dangerous card. So with the Tribute and Noxious gone, he has basically no removal left. Or he can't play any. So anyways, you gotta give him a little bit of respect for bringing his own decks. With the list that Ivko posted on the forums, anybody could just look up the top tier decks and just net deck them and bring 3 into the tournament. He didn't. So, gotta give him credit for that. He wanted to play his own. I slightly net decked because, I don't know, I just wanted to try out the Angels. I think they're really cool. Although, I find the deck to be slightly one-dimensional. One thing this deck loses hard to is Helm of Dominion, because they just steal your Antriel or something and you have literally no recourse to that. But anyways, he used Soul Prison on me. I just lose 1 Library Guard, it's not a problem. I've already got 2 Angels. I've got a 3rd one coming. I don't think there's much he can do here. He's got Lightning Storm next turn, so I'm going to attack as much as I can to build up some life. So that when he does stun my board, I don't have to worry about getting rushed down. So I hit with those 3. I keep Antriel. Actually, I don't even know why. I think I may have still been afraid of Flash Freeze, even though I saw that he doesn't have any. Don't worry, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the bad plays I make this tournament. You have no idea. But it's good enough. I have 18 life, and I've got Tri-Angelica and 3 Angels. There's not much you can do. Even Tribune, Divine Infernal Tribute wouldn't do anything. He'd have to just somehow directly kill an Angel here, but that's not gonna happen. Yep. Good game. So that puts me at 1-1. Here comes the next round. So here's round 3. My opponent is Blinky. He banned my Angel deck, so we get to see Despina in action. So we have a decent start here. Got a Spoiled Aristocrat immediately for big threat. I can follow it up with the Charged Orite to be able to hit face immediately. He's got the Zash the Annihilator. There's well, he didn't use it, but there's that hero power. Ooh, that's rough. Countered by Thea the Dragon Daughter. So not a good look so far. I guess I should have opened with the Orite, to be honest. Then I wouldn't have this problem. But that's what happens. So we're up against a Rage deck. An aggressive Rage deck. That couldn't possibly go badly, right? But we'll see what happens. Oh, there's a fireball. So there's that fireball. Seemed like a not a great target, but of course, one of the reasons I included the Orite is because my opponents have no way of knowing that I don't actually have Foundry Engineers. It's kind of just there to scare. You see an Orite, oh no, does he have the Engineers? I have to kill it. So the fact that it absorbed a fireball, it did its job. So now you're going to bring out the Contraptionist for the big power boost. It kind of sucks that he put it on the support line. I don't get to kill anything. We're going to play Mind Extortion to get a look. He's got 2 Phoenixes in the hand. That's bad news, actually. Because Phoenix is an annoying creature to deal with if you don't have big board already. The fact that it comes back, it's going to give me problems, that's for sure. And he also had the Fireworker, which means he can blow up my Overcharger. So that's definitely not good. He kills my Contraptionist, but that's fine. It did its job. It brought out the Overcharger, and now there's the Fireworker, and he didn't do it yet, but he can blow up my Overcharger. So I have to play the other one so that I can continue to do the damage. I'm considering using Vampiric Touch to kill something, but because he can use his Fireworker to kill the Overcharger, my guy will become a 1-1, and it just wouldn't even do any damage. It would just kill one thing. So I'm going to play another Overcharger so the damage gets through. Attacking Fia. Now, this turned out to be a slight misplay because I should have hit face. Because he can just sack Fia, and the attack will not actually go through, even though the creature is unblockable. So I missed out on some damage there, but at least he got Fia off the board. But it's not looking very well because I only have Shrines in the hand, and we know he has Phoenix. He did not actually play to get a Phoenix, which is very surprising. He just went for the pop. I would have definitely played a Phoenix here. I mean, it's going to be a problem to deal with. Now, what I'm considering here, the reason I didn't use the Vampiric Touch on the Disciple is because I want to use it on a Phoenix and then assassinate it so that I can bring it down, and then I can then kill it with my Temptress of Deceit. If I kill the Disciple, well, then I'm going to have no way to kill the Phoenix. I mean, it'll trade with my, Temptress, but then it'll just come right back, and then I'm pretty much screwed. But it's just looking bad. The fact that he has 2 Phoenixes means he can quickly overrun the board. There is a Phoenix. Even 1 Phoenix is an issue, but he's got 2 in the hand. Or 1 now. So I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with it, but we're going to have to try. Another Overcharger. That's actually pretty good. Because this means that I can ensure that the Temptress of Deceit lands a hit. And I can discard something from his hand, hopefully. We cannot discard the Phoenix, unfortunately, because she only discards level 2 or lower. So we're going to hit. He can block with the Phoenix, but it will die. And he still takes 4 damage. And I can use my Vampiric Touch plus Assassinate to kill the second form that comes out, and that way I can keep the board clear. So he drew another Phoenix. So he has 2 more Phoenixes in the hand. So that's 3 Phoenixes. So yeah, I'm gonna assassinate it next turn. But it's gonna be really hard. Even 1 Phoenix. Okay, so he's attacking my Temptress because he probably has a Fireball, and then he can just finish it off. Oh yeah, he just used the Wiping Hero Power. So here, I'm actually ramping up because next turn I'm going to steal a Phoenix from his deck. Well, that's what I was hoping for. I saw 3, and so I kind of assumed that he was running 4. And it turns out I was right because I actually do get a Phoenix, which is a big deal. That is definitely a big deal. If he only had the 3, I think I'm basically just losing. There's this 3rd Phoenix, so very tough board to beat. The Phoenix has seen some play recently. The Burning Rage deck likes to use those guys because of how sticky they are. And with Vampiric Touch, they hit for 4. They give you a lot of life. So he uses his Tribute of the Fire Lord. power to clear my Phoenix. Bump it down a little bit. So right now it's 2 against 1. I'm pretty close to killing him, but it's going to be hard to actually get any damage through. We're going to downsize one of the Phoenixes right now. But mine's already been downsized, and he does have Tribute to the Fire Lord, which means that he can keep hitting my stuff. He only has 1 card, but his board is much better than mine. He blocks with the weaker Phoenix, so my main hope is to draw Helm of Dominion. If I do, I could possibly win. He gets Fire Blast, so now he gets to clear my board. So it's looking dead lost. I don't think I can come back here. I'm gonna need a miracle here. Assassinate is not the card I was looking for. I just killed Fia because I don't want to take 3 damage from her. Or whatever it was. But the Phoenix is still up there. And he draws a Goblin Looter, which means he gets extra cards. Well, looks like we are dead on arrival on this one. Ooh. Bloodwell Matriarch. He's got some fireballs in the deck, doesn't he? That's cool. So let's send one to his face. This is actually a misplay, because he has 6 damage on the board, and so if he just hits me and reduces me down to 3, he'll kill me. But actually, I just realized that I can use my hero power and I get a Ram Gak. By the way, I did not even think about that when I made a fireball play. I only then woke up and thought, oh wait, I can steal something. Oh, what's he got for 5? Ram Gak? So no, I just got lucky that he had that. Alright, so I won the first round, and now I'm switching over to Nefaros. We'll see how this goes. So here's round 2. He kept his deck, and I'm using my Nefaros deck. So we'll see what happens in this one. I should have a decent matchup here, although again, if he draws too many Phoenixes, it's gonna be a problem because there's no efficient way for my deck to deal with them. Oh, there's a Fireball. Oh, no, decided not to. Probably a good decision. Fireballing a Zombie Legionnaire is kind of bad, especially since you use your whole turn just to do that. No, he plays Fia, which is a much better play. Although my Zombie Legionnaire is kind of out of range right now. Unless he gets Massive Assault, then he can start trading. What do we send away here? Yeah, let's get a Vanguard. So I miss a Shrine, which really sucks. I was looking for a white one so I can start rolling out the Vanguards. But we're just going to have to deal with what we've got. Hit him in the face. Try to keep up on damage. I'm probably going to want to use... Oh, there's the Fireball. I'm going to want to use my Consume Spirit on Fia, so I avoid the sacrificial ability, so I don't take the extra. It's gonna be 3 damage by the time I do it, because I'm not gonna do it this turn. I'm gonna want to get a white Shrine and get my Vanguard on the board. I was a Cavalry Field Captain, so you can play that instead. What are we sending away? Flesh Sculptor. There's a white Shrine. Actually, Cavalry Field Captain is not a bad idea because it gets a nice power boost and gets a fast creature on the board as well. And 3 to the face. I'm basically just trying to keep up on damage with him. So he's down to 15. I've got 18. It's going alright for now. But we saw... there was Fireball number 2. We saw a lot of pretty strong cards from him last game. The 4 Phoenixes really is what I'm mostly afraid of. Because I can't overpower them with Consume. So, are we gonna... Okay, we got Instill Life. Yeah, we're gonna use the Spark to get Consume Spirit, kill his Fia, deny him 3 damage, and swing in the face for 3. Bring him down to 12. So it's going pretty well. He's dead in 2 turns, unless he can put up something. Again, Phoenix is pretty bad. There's a Phoenix. So, I'm in trouble now. I do have Instill Life, which means I can get 2 creatures back. Which helps a little bit. But it's going to be hard, because I'm going to have to take casualties as I attack. Okay, we get Cavalry Field Captain, which is actually pretty nice, because I can bump up the Zombie Legionnaire to 3. which means he's gonna have to lose the Phoenix. Lose at least the first form, instead of just getting a free kill. So he hits the Vanguard. Makes sense. So we got him down to 9, but his Phoenix is back on the board. Now, the nice thing is... Oh, actually, it would have been nice if I had one more mana, because then I could retreat my... Oh, there's Fireball number 3. And Ramgak. He hits it with Ramgak. That's strange, actually. But the point is, my board is starting to run out, and that Phoenix is still up there. So we're going to need to draw another Instill Life to come back. I ran 3 Instills. Maybe I should have run 4. So here I'm going to double Noxious, because I don't have any way to kill the Phoenix, and every creature I play otherwise would just die to it. But here comes the end of days, the Red Dragon. And that's after I played my 2 Noxious. And at this point the game is over. I have no answer to Red Dragon. Yeah, he's low on life, but... Yeah, I get 2 damage in because of the 4 speed, but I'm gonna lose pretty soon. The Red Dragon can do the 5 damage and still attack. So he can clean up my board very quickly. And again, and he gets Fire Blast. So he can just... He actually attacks the Zombie Legionnaire. He wants to keep the board clear. Gives me a little bit of breathing room, but the point is... I don't have a great idea with the dragon. He can just kill every creature I play and then hit the face for 5. So I need to draw something good immediately. There's the 5 damage. Yeah, the Red Dragon is one badass of a card, I'm not gonna lie. And it's actually very interesting to see it in just a deck. This guy just ran pure Rage with... Actually, the kind of deck he ran is the kind of deck I've been wanting to make, which is nothing but awesome Rage cards. I just don't have enough stuff to do it just yet. I would certainly need some red dragons to pull it off. I only have 1. So I'm basically looking at my own graveyard, because I'm going to be lying in it pretty soon. I drew a Shrine, which basically loses, because this means he can just do 10 damage to me next turn, and then I'm down to 2, and then it's over, because I have literally no way to kill the dragon. And we're gonna resign here. Yep. That was disappointing. And now it's time for the final battle. It's my Nephoros versus his version of the Angels. We'll see what this guy's got. We're both at 1 game each, so the winner of this one is going forward with 2 out of 3. So this is very important. This game right now basically decides my fate in this tournament. So against Angels, it's gonna be a matter of does he draw the Angels, really? So he gets that. I decided to play Cavalry Field Captain so I can just get it off the board. But unfortunately, he has Touch of Light, so he trades. But it's not so bad. I basically get 2 for 1 here. But he gets some life, which means it's going to make rushing him down a little bit more difficult. So Touch of Light is a card I don't play in my deck. He seems to have a bit more early game focused deck. Or maybe he just doesn't have all the Angels and he put in Touch of Light to try to, make it up. But it's already starting to look really bad. He's got the Angel Blessed Knight that I cannot kill because I have no removal. And yeah, there's an Angel number 1. And again, I still have no removal. The Sculptor helps a little, but the thing is, without Noxious or Consume, I can't make any progress on the board. And his life is very high, so it's going to be difficult to kill him. And he gets a Guardian as well. So now we're in real trouble. And I have 4 Shrines in the hand. So, yeah, I was feeling a little bit depressed. Sculptor helps a little bit, but the problem is, he doesn't even have to attack me. He can just keep building up his board, because sooner or later, he'll... there's Antriel. He curved perfectly this game, with the Sun-Blessed Priest into Angel-Blessed Knight, and then Small Angel, Bigger Angel, and then the Biggest Angel. So he attacks my Cavalry Field Captain, I retreated so I just don't lose it, but at this point I'm basically just dead. I mean, he's got 3 Angels on the board already, and they all have Lifebound. So it'll be very difficult to make any progress. And again, I have no removal in the hand. So I'm gonna need to draw it. I cannot do anything this game without removal. And there's Namir. And he gets more life. And another big body on the board. And another Sunbless Priest. So, yeah, there's basically nothing I can do here. His board is nearly impenetrable. And he keeps gaining life. What do we draw? Another Shrine. What do we draw after that? Oh, I went for Soul Prison. I went for Soul Prison just to try to get something off the board, but he played chump blocks. So I'm kind of at his mercy here. 3 Shrines. Oh, and he draws Tri-Angelica. So, yeah, that was a quick one. That was a pretty tough game. I got absolutely crushed. I mean, way too many Shrines, no removal, and he just played Angel after Angel. And then that Tri-Angelica at the end. Yeah, so that happened. Very disappointing way to end, really, after we had 2 fun games before that. But anyways, this is the final round against Ip Man. Let's see what happens. He's got Despina. We're gonna go for the big dude. I did this because I have another 2-drop, and then I have 2 3-drops afterwards. So I want to get board presses as quickly as possible. What do you have, sir, for me? He goes for Wisdom. Is it going to be an alright? No, he plays nothing. Okay. So we can start developing bodies. We've got the Flesh Sculptor, which is pretty nice. So that when the corpse dies, probably next turn, I can get a zombie off of it. But it is Despina. It's probably a control deck. So could go pretty badly if he gets going here. There's New Horizons, so he's up to 3 aspects now. Which is definitely bad news for me, because now he's much closer to cards like Karthus. Although he's gonna need one more Dominion to pull off Karthus. So we're gonna give him a discard. He discarded the Gnome Power Engineer. Going for a Shrine, but missed. That's not too good. Definitely not. Doing some damage. Doing anything I can, really. But it's going quite badly. He's up to 3. He gets the Blood Witch Harpy. So I'm going to have to give him something here. And here I decided to go for a 3rd Corruption, because I have to kill the Blood Witch Harpy. Otherwise, it's just going to decimate my board. So I kill it, and I can do a lot of damage to him now. Hitting for 6, bringing him down to 8. But I'm a little bit low on steam. Just a little bit. He goes to 4 mana. He's just 1 turn away from Karthus. He gets the Plague Vermin, so he can kill my Mesmerizing Spirit. So he reduces my damage output considerably now. I do have Instill Life, but unfortunately I was forced to go into... Yeah, and I missed... Here I missed getting the white one. So I can't even play Instill. I'm gonna have to hope to get a white one next turn. So we give him another discard. And then I basically have to wait. He discards Helm of Dominion. And then we hit him up for 7, but it's going slowly. He's on a... It's going to take me 3 turns to kill him unless I get a Cavalry Field Captain or Consume Spirit. Which is bad news, because now he's got 4 mana. There's Karthus. And that's a big problem. So this is the critical part of the game where I have to make a big decision. I'm obviously going to play in Still Life because that's all I've got. I'm going to have to keep Consume because that's the only way I'm going to kill Karthus. So what do I bring back? I made the decision to bring back the 2 Mesmerizing Spirits, which turned out to be correct because he has Cataclysm in his hand, as you're about to see. So I can bring back the 2 Spirits, force him to discard 2 cards. He's got Karthus, but he cannot attack anything. There's the Cataclysm. It cannot attack anything, and so he can't gain life. And now he's top decking, so it's going to come down to whether or not he top decks some kind of removal. If he does, he'll probably win, because he gets 2 life every time he kills something. This is the critical moment. He's going for something. Probably a Mesmerizing Spirit. Makes sense to go for that, because it'll be a discard as well. And he knows it's a card I run. And if you run, you usually have 4 copies. There's the Mesmerizing Spirit. So I have to keep Consume. It's the only card that can help me win. Now here, I believe I miscalculated lethal, because I have 5 damage on the board, and I just need 3 more. So what I should have done is go for another Black Shrine. So this is a huge misplay on my part, because he gains 2 life off of that, and so now he's out of lethal range. But it gets worse. Get ready for the worst play of the entire tournament. Oh, never mind. There was no shrine, so there was no chance to even do that. But I should have tried. So, yeah, let's just attack. Why bother slowing down Karthus, right? So now he can block one of my guys, and he gets the 2 life. So he ends up at 6 life instead of 2. So I basically just royally screwed this game. And he gets a Blood Witch Harpy, and it's game over at this point. As soon as he starts gaining life, there's no chance. So, you know, Cavalier Field Captain is nice, but that's it. That's it. Now he has 10 life. He has 8 life, but there's no hope. There's no coming back from this. There's no way in the world I will ever do enough damage. And I think I just resign on the spot here, because what else is there to do? Yep. Here comes the resign button. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. I don't know what I was doing. Even though there was no Corruption Shrine, the obvious play was to go for it. Go for the quadruple kill on Karthus, and then just deal lethal damage. Anyways, here comes the next game. He's got the advanced Nepharos. So we'll see what happens here. I have a reasonable start, although I am lacking a turn 2 play right now. I'm going to want to get that for sure. He goes for a Dominion Shrine. Oh, he's going to play something right away. There's the a Shadow Step Assassin, I mean. So he might trade with a Zombie, but that's not really a problem. Zombie is a very low quality card anyways. I guess he's just trying to avoid the damage, but I'm glad it's gone. Now the Assassin is not going to kill my bigger stuff. He goes for a Soul Prison. Well, that's bad news. So he's obviously playing the Reanimator deck, which utilizes Soul Prison and Occultism to steal your opponent's creatures. And then later down the line, it gets the Sell into Slavery, so you just recycle your own stuff. Oh, there's Noxious and a Plague Vermin. So he kills it, but I get 2 for 1. So that's pretty decent. The problem is I have too much removal in my hand right now. And the thing about Corruption is that they are extremely effective at killing other Rush, because Consume Spirit not only kills a creature, but pumps up another one. So you can often just get 2 things off the board. But because he isn't playing creatures, I can't really take full advantage of it. But next turn I can play 2 guys. But the thing is, my damage output right now is very low. And against any control deck, really, that's bad news, because they're going to have Cataclysm, they're going to have Karthus and whatnot. Mind Extortion, he gets to get one of my Consumes out, but it wasn't doing anything anyways. So now playing the Mesmerizing Spirit is slightly risky, because if he has a Karthus in the hand and he discards it, then he can just reanimate it. And that basically loses me the game on the spot. So I didn't do it yet. I am going to end up playing it. Oh, he played Vampiric Touch, so no Sell into Slavery for him. Or maybe he just didn't want to play it. I get another Consume Spirit. And then I miss a Shrine. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, thank goodness. But it's still bad, because without creatures of his own, I can't really do much. So I decided to play the Mesmerizing Spirit just to get board presence of some kind. And just try to push for damage, because I can't win the long game. I have to kill him within the next few turns, or I will just lose. There is a succubus. So he had a succubus in the hand. Does he have reincarnate? If he does, it's going to be very bad news because he gets 3 life back and slows me down further. There it is. Yeah, he's got it. So now I'm in big trouble. He's back to full health, and he's got a decently sized body on the board. And what's worse is his Vampiric Touch can start killing off a lot of stuff. I go for Soul Prison just to get it off the board immediately because I can't immediately kill it. And then Cavalry Field Captain, and just going all out here. It's my only chance. I have to rush him down. If he has a Cataclysm, I immediately lose. But I lose to Cataclysm regardless. I don't have any Instill Lives, unfortunately, in the hand. So I have no comeback plays. I have 6 damage on the board. Ideally, he should play a creature that has 2 health, that I could kill it and bump up my damage. But he has Helm of Dominion, so he steals my captain. I got a chance to use Consume Spirit now, do some damage. But it still sucks to lose a creature. And there's 6 damage, putting him at 8. But his hero powers are gonna recharge pretty soon. And I'm just running out of steam. I need Instill Life to make a comeback here. And if he has Karthus, it's basically all over. Oh, there's a second Succubus. So, puts 3 life back. And now, it's already looking lost. Because 11 health is a long way to go. And he gets 2 more health killing a creature. Basically, this is what... Oh my god, another Consume Spirit. Yeah. It's funny because it's usually the strongest card of the deck. But it doesn't do well against control decks. It's ridiculous against aggro, but it's not too great against control. So I should probably just send it away, because it's not a card I can even use. I decided to keep it. I don't know why. But there's really nothing I can do. I do need to try to draw Instill Life. That's my only chance. Oh, here comes Karthus. Yep. And it's game over. I can safely concede. He's got 15 life. My board is starting to wither away, and I have no way to come back. I've got Soul Prison, which I have to use. I mean, actually, I misplayed here again. What I should have done is gone for the Corruption Shrine, killed the Succubus, and then kill the Succubus with Consume Spirit, and then Soul Prison the Karthus. That way I would have done a lot more damage. So this is my last breath, but he's got 14 life. It's gonna be pretty much impossible. Yeah, I have to sack a creature. And what's he got? Yeah, he brings it back on his side. It's a typical reanimator trick. And it's not that big of a deal, but it's gonna slow me down. And slowing me down is exactly what he wants to do right now. I mean, he's gained 10 life already? I don't know, something like that. He's got 15 health. I'm a very long way. Again, Instill Life is the only thing I can get. It's the only way for me to come back. To get maybe a... Oh, there's a Succubus number 3. So, yeah, that's... And another Helm of Dominion. So, yeah, that just puts the nail in the coffin. There is absolutely no coming back from this. Not even with Instill Life. Because his life is just too high. And I drew a Zombie Legionnaire. So, it's game over. Yeah, so this round was kind of soul-crushing for me. But especially round 1, where I literally just... Ugh. So that concludes the tournament. It was a very interesting experience. It was still worth playing, and even though I basically got my ass handed to me, well, I kind of helped the process by playing like a freaking idiot. But one thing that was very interesting to see is that almost all of the real action was between control decks. And this is something I feel just the meta is going to become. Because if you think about the best Spellweaver games that you can play, the best Spellweaver games I've played were control versus control. Because you get to feel... First of all, you get to play a little bit more. You get the feeling like you and your opponent actually make meaningful moves. Because you have to consider what your opponent has in his deck, what you have in your deck. Whereas with aggro, it's kind of just boring. But this is something that'll just have to get addressed some other time. Until then... Stay tuned for more videos, and see you guys next time.